My earliest memory is riding in my grandfather's boat, arm over the side, hand in the spray. I've spent much of the rest of my life chasing this feeling. All of that has led to this, the wooden boat experience. I'm Scott Odekirk. Join Speckles and I as we restore old boats, explore the Thousand Islands region of the St. Lawrence River, and generally just try to understand the magic of wooden boats. Welcome to episode 10 of the Wooden Boat Experience. In the first half of this video, I will show you some of what was accomplished this week on the boat shed. Then we will meet a shipwright in Seattle helping an amateur boat restorer work on a boat which was built only 15 miles from here. I traveled almost 3,000 miles to see a Hutchinson built in a bay. Thanks to everyone who supports the Wooden Boat Experience, and Mom for replacing the GoPro that disappeared recently. Well, I was hoping the weather might improve a little bit, but so far it hasn't. So we're going to get out here and do a little bit of work. There's not much wind. Still a little icy though. But we got to get going on this boat shed. And we're going to do a little drone flying to show you guys what it looks like from above with all this snow. And of course, it's going to be a fight with Speckles because Speckles does not like the drone. Speckles! Speckles! Do I have to put you inside? In the barn. Come on. We'll try that again with Speckles in the barn. Move it over here. Then we'll let him out after it's going. All right, get back out here. There's a very stubborn rock in there. And if you're not careful, you can, these are only welded in a couple spots, you can snap them right off. Patience is not just a girl at a frat party. There's one. Speckles, do you mind? And there's the other. Now we might have better luck. So that's the secret to my limited success. Do a little bit each day, but make sure every day you do something. So we're getting a little farther. We'll get that small building in the back soon. We got most of the pieces driven in to the ground to support the frame, and then we'll start tying them down, and hopefully we'll be working out of the weather within the next month. What do you think, Speck? Good boy. Yeah, I really wasn't expecting to have this canvas cover out here with snow and ice, and as you can see, that board is not liking the weight too much. Got my new Wooden Boat Experience hat on too. A couple days later, it's starting to come together.
Instead of mahogany, I'll take a test control.
Looks like it might be a Hutchinson to me.
Hey, Scott.
Hey!
Come on in.
Hey guys.
Good morning.
Morning.
Filming us now.
Oh my
Lord, look at this thing.
Bill, Ken.
This
Nice
is
to meet
Ken. So Jim,
And Tom.
Tom,
Tom.
nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
I saw a boat there. I said, this has got to be the place.
That's the
This is
Hutchinson,
it.
yeah.
This is it.
So the Hutchinson is less than 15 miles from my house where they were built.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you said Hutchinson, I'm like, what?
What?
So how did you end up with this?
I was a fool in some ways.
Aren't we all?
Passive.
Well, okay, I'll be positive then. And we did the classic one of building the whole thing and then realizing we couldn't get it out of the basement. It was too wide, so we had to take out all the doors and the mullions and everything just to get the boat out.
Just to get it out.
So, and I think that boat's still sailing around.
There's a lot of people that build those. There's a podcast that I was listening to one day, and this guy has been building a snipe forever. You know, he's like, yeah, this week I got one board on. You know,
Yeah.
it's like 3 months later he gets on again. Hey, I put this other board on. I'm like,
No, that sounded like what I'm doing with the Hutchinson. But, actually, I'm just always interested in wooden boats, and so I bought it online.
oh, okay. From who'd you buy it? Just Craigslist or something?
It was actually Thomas Rohan. Anyway,
Never heard of that.
yeah, that's the boat, and I just started looking at these pictures, and I said, God, that's really cool. And I saw that one, and there's a lot of existing.
And when was this? You bought this? Early 2000s?
2003, 2004, and then they shipped it out here. And that's when the boat was arriving. Susceptible to seeing the beauty.
Oh,
of it.
yeah, we all are.
And I started trying to replace planks, having no idea what the hell I was doing. And actually, you referred to it as a whiskey plank, but there was one I was trying to fit in, and I took the old plank and used that as a template
Right.
and make it. And I could never get it to work. I just said, this is ridiculous. And luckily, you came along and said,
Lucky for who?
they showed me how to put the planks down. And
That does a pretty good job.
I've rolled boats single-handed in the past. I mean, we have 4 chain boards and enough line. You can just roll it over nice and easy and set it down into a cradle.
Yeah.
It's not hard, it's just time consuming.
There's a channel called Snake Mountain Boat Works. The guy's out in Lake Champlain or Lake George, I can't remember which. But he has it set up and he has these straps, and literally, it just goes. Well, they have a hard time stopping.
And this is such a limber boat. We put braces in at the shear so that it didn't want
Right.
to crush it. Because this is such a lightly built boat. We worried about that.
We're gonna flip the Chris Craft soon, and that's what we're gonna do. I'll put
Right.
some bracing in before I do that. It's
Yeah,
a
little-
sea skiff, so it's built.
Right.
It's a lap stream.
Right. A little preparation will save you a lot of headache later. This is all
this is
red cedar that we got locally. There's a
24-foot.
Oh, really?
just
Cut it in.
beautiful.
No scarfing for you, right?
Six or a little over half inch thick.
Yeah.
So it's a very thin hull.
Yeah.
And,
So what was it originally?
that's right.
It was cedar originally.
It was probably Atlantic white cedar because out east they don't get red cedar as often.
Yeah.
Here it's real common. We never see Atlantic white here at all.
What year is this? boat?
37.
37.
This is my guess of how to repair something. Jim looks at that and sort of cringes a little bit, but I was just, it was rot there. There was the metal piece on top.
The cut water.
The cut water, which I have inside right now. It's been reshaped. But I just started scarfing.
Well, you got bolts through, right?
I do.
It's weird because when you know the exact way it's supposed to be done, you think that's the only way, but then you see somebody do it and you go, I don't know, it's getting painted. What's wrong with that, right? I love going to boat shows and seeing what we always call trailer queens. I mean, they're pretty boats, but I build user boats, and this channel is all about user boats.
Right.
It's like, if I'm from here to that van away,
Right.
and it looks good, I'm very happy.
Right.
You're going to get up close, and 90% of the people don't understand it doesn't look good anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You think, oh my goodness, that varnish is chipped over here, and then people are like, oh, this is beautiful.
Right, right.
So why do you want to spend all your time,
Yeah, Jim asked, the first question was, do you want to take this to the final museum grade, or do you want to make it usable? take it to the nth degree.
Yeah, you're going to use it.
Yes, exactly.
I'm pushing
That was your
for.
first question.
I want a user boat show
Right.
in the 1,000 hours.
Right.
You know, I want to see boats that are not necessarily a work boat. I wouldn't mind if a work boat came in, but I want to see, you know, this thing after 10 years you had it on Lake Union and you're running it around and your grandchildren are walking on it, they're not wearing the right shoes.
Right.
You don't want to freak out
But
about that, you
there's
know?
people,
You know?
and we're getting paid to do that.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, that's
I never get
countless hours
Jim,
to
well,
do
we
that.
might have to cut that. If I'm paid to work on boats, I'm going to be in trouble.
I want everyone to know they got to pay me to get me to come down to their boat. I mean, we're good friends and stuff, but
Okay.
you know,
Not
the,
much.
the,
Right.
there
You
you
get
go.
t-shirts after this interview?
I am going to send it. Yeah.
I sure hope so.
But you got to subscribe to his channel.
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
You see some difference here. I started to use the Ferriss, which Jim recommended, but you can't buy it anymore. The seam compound. So I switched over and used the interlocks, which worked just fine.
So what's your
Because I thought I
plan?
had to move the boat. Well,
Now that you're
Gotten crazy.
accelerating.
This is going to be in the water next summer.
Nice.
The environment, this rainy, cold, chilly, wet weather is great for boats. It never freezes here, so we don't have to haul the
Right.
boats out every year and splash it every spring, which saves the boat owner money in some respect. It also is hard for a boat to be up on blocks with a wet hull and freezing condition.
Yeah.
That's just tough on the hull.
That's why a friend of mine, Jay, he always says, you know, get your boat out by Columbus Day because we'll have a cold night, a super cold night early.
Uh-huh.
You know, and you can't, you know, with that water still in that wood,
Right.
you're going to do damage.
Right. It'll freeze.
Because you
and
got to
it'll
give it some
swell
time
the-
to dry up a little
Right.
bit. You know, it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be dry, but you don't want it soaking wet.
Right, and we don't have that problem here. As a result, what happens is very often, if a boat's neglected, it's still in the water, maybe it's under covered moorage, and it's happy. It's happy as a clam, even though nobody's been down to the boat to clean it and care for it, which is what you should be doing.
Right.
But very, very often the owner gets elderly and he's always going to be, next season he's going to be ready
Yeah.
to get back on the boat. Years pass. Finally, the owner is gone now. The kids don't want the boat. But it's been sitting there neglected for 5, 6, 7 years. But it's still in good enough shape for someone to buy it, fix it up, and use it.
Yeah, we
Right, there's some opening shots of a
Yeah,
big boat.
we did. That was.
Well, we could have talked all day, and we did for quite a while. If you want to hear more from Jim, I've added some short clips of his shipwright thoughts on our Patreon page. Jim is going to do a history of Lake Union by boat next time I visit Seattle. I thought it would be nice to make Tom's Hutchinson, which is called Smiley, our boat name origin for this week. He named it after his dad. His Chris craft that he currently uses on Lake Union is called Stanley, after his wife's dad. Well, that's it for another episode. Please get your boating friends to subscribe to the Wooden Boat Experience. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers, because when we do, it opens up a few options for the channel, like YouTube posts. Don't worry, we're not going to monetize the Wooden Boat Experience, so there won't be any commercials.